Alright, so now we're just going to discuss a little bit of Keith's, how growing up with cystic fibrosis affected him, and basically what he had to deal with on a daily basis.
Well, I grew up in the, some people say I haven't grown up yet, but late 50s, early 60s, and when I went to elementary, of course, I was probably the smallest guy every year because with cystic fibrosis, and this is years ago, I mean, it's gotten better, but it's still the same basis where malabsorption, you don't absorb your food because your pancreas is blocked as well as say you're supposed to. So, you know, puberty's late and all that stuff is late and you're smaller and stuff. And so growing up, it never bothered me because I was very active. I was on the hockey team, the basketball team, but I was always the last guy to get picked, eh?
Right.
It's because smallest guy, right?
Yeah.
But I never, in my personal thing, I think the mind's very strong. And if you think you're sick, you're going to be sick. So I grew up relatively, well, I had my ups and downs. I was in hospital probably twice a year from the time I was a teenager for, well, every year until I moved out here. I moved out here when I was 22. And I think the climate out here, coming from the Maritimes, I was quite sick. And a lot of people that I know have been quite sick because the humidity in the Maritimes, and the same as the West Coast, and the same as living up by the Great Lakes, breeds bacteria.
Right.
And unbeknownst to me, coming out here as a young whippersnapper, I actually, I think, got better to a certain extent, a certain degree, because when I compare then to now, I think the dry climate, and I've discussed it with people where they say, yeah, the dry climate seems to be better for asthma, cystic fibrosis,
Right.
etc. But growing up was different. I mean, well, it didn't bother you, but it wasn't too bad. It was.
But like it wasn't like you're excluded from physical activity. You were right in the mix.
Yeah.
Did it affect you physically though? Like were you, like you said, with the ability, like with your respiratory system, were you able to like function normally, or what?
Pretty much. I you know, wasn't too bad when I was really young. Nothing really stopped me. I know when I went to school, like when I was young, in those days you sent a pamphlet to the teacher each year, and Keith has cystic fibrosis and this is what it is, so the teacher would be aware that maybe, you know, you always had to put your hand up and go to the bathroom. Well, I was allowed to just go to the bathroom, because you go to the bathroom more, right?
So there was awareness.
Oh yeah, and my gym teacher knew also, because one day he gave me heck, I don't care if you got CF or not, you can stay in after class because it's probably acted out or whatever, right? Yeah. And I got the name, when we had to take our shirts off, I got the name Boney. That's where my name come from, and my nickname when I was a kid. Turned into Boner. But, because my rib cage is barrel shaped, and you're kind of hunchback, so that name stuck with me since about grade 4.
Yeah.
And
was it okay mentally?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. My personality didn't bother me. I was probably the biggest joker of the bunch.
Okay.
So, no, I mean there's ups and downs when over time, but not too bad. And as you get older, there's my wife. Hello.
Should I pause it for a bit?
Yeah, probably. You just slice and dice that anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah, these things, it makes it pretty easy.